Hello and welcome to yet another edition of Lagos Transportation Agenda, where we highlight the topical issues, events, and of course trends in the dynamic worlds of transportation. My name is Emmanuel Aronsiola, and today we are going to be treating a vital topic which has to do with coherent and effective policies in the ecosystem, in the world of transportation and ecosystem. Today I have with me a guest, and who am I talking about? A dignitaries, an important dignitary, so to say, in person of Professor Asenime Charles, the Dean of School of Transport and Logistics, LASU. Professor Asenime, you're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to have you right here.
It's our pleasure. But before we proceed, I would like us to go on a short break, and when we are back, we'll be speaking with Professor Asenime. Thank you.
Eku akete, ilé ọgbọ́n. Eku akete, ilé ọgbọ́n. Arọ́mọdé dẹ́ kó má má já o. Eku arọ́mísà lẹ́gbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́. Arọ́mọdé dẹ́ kó má má sá o. Eku arọ́mísà lẹ́gbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́.
Welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is Lagos Transportation Agenda. Without wasting much of our time, we'll be talking about some of the challenges facing transportation in Nigeria. And Prof, I would like you to tell us, as the Dean of School of Transport, what are the challenges facing the transportation in Nigeria presently?
All right, before we go, the challenges are much. They're enormous. Excuse me. It cuts across from physical to capacity building, and that's why the School of Transport was established to help to solve some of these challenges. One of the biggest challenge we have right now in transport in Nigeria is infrastructural deficit or inadequacy of infrastructure. We have, if we look at it across modes, road, inland waterway, and rail. If you look at the road, we have an enormous road network divided between the federal, state, and local government. The local government have more roads, unfortunately. Okay. So what the biggest challenge is infrastructure. You find that most of our roads are in a very bad state. If you travel between here and Benin, you are going towards the east. The Benin bypass is something else. Then if you go to water transportation, the channels where we can do inland water transportation, okay, some of them are not navigable. Wow. They have some things under the water like wrecks. We call them underwater wrecks that could affect navigation. So these are some of the challenges we have. Human capacity is a very big challenge. Apart from the infrastructure, if the human capacity can be fixed, like these are certified people who can drive, you said that accidents will reduce.
Prof, talking about the insecurity and some of those other challenges, and that boils down to SOTAL as an institution.
Yes.
Now, you as the Dean of the School of Transport and Logistics, what role is this school playing in the life of Nigerians in order to be able to compete with transportation system in other nations?
All right. Our role is not limited to Lagos. The school was established in 2008 to meet some of these challenges so that Lagos state can come up, then Nigeria in general. We are not the only school actually handling featuring transport. We are the only faculty of transport in the whole country.
Only faculty?
The only faculty. We have a University of Transport now,
Okay.
Others are departments and units, but we are the only faculty. We are the first in LASU. In fact, sometimes we're reputed as the first in Africa to run transport as a faculty, because people don't see the importance of transportation. So part of what we're doing is capacity building. We have here close to 2,000 students from year 1 to 500 level, because we do 500 level here. Then we have a master student, a PhD student. It shows that the awareness of transportation is increasing. So ours is to build capacity. Not only that, we also do research. We have been involved in the Blue Line rail transportation in terms of gather data to look at the demand, so they can schedule the train very well. Even the Red Line, we were involved in the Red Line a long time ago. The Blue Line, the first, this is the second, to update the data, who were involved. So that's part of what we do: analysis, research, capacity building.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Now, talking about the development that is coming up about many other people coming into the institution and then getting educated about what transportation is all about, especially in this our institution, School of
Transport and Logistics.
I need to ask, we have 3 arms of government. There's the local, the state, and the federal government. Now, what are these 3 arms doing in harmony in order to ensure there is seamless means of transportation in Nigeria?
All right, thank you very much. It's a very, very important question, very intelligent one for that matter. If you look at the master plan for integrated transport infrastructure in Nigeria, called the MITT, it was sponsored by the federal government.
Okay.
Let's look at infrastructure in Nigeria. So the plan is there. Remember that most states, Lagos, we cannot compare Lagos to most states. Sure. Lagos is like a country on its own.
It's
Lagos,
beyond
being a center, Lagos is almost autonomous in terms of what they've achieved in transportation and every other thing in the country. Sure. Lagos has a strategic transport master plan, but there's a master plan for infrastructure in Nigeria. So the federal government has established that all the states need to do is to align with that plan. Like the STMP of Lagos aligns with that of the federal government, in the sense that there's a rail. They say there's going to be rail, there's going to be highway. So if Lagos has a rail, all we need to do, like align it to the federal rail, so that someone can travel from Lagos, can go to Onitsha. You can leave Lagos, you go to Kano. So if all the regions put that, because there's a master plan, then the local government don't have so much money. Unfortunately, the local government controls more roads under that jurisdiction. Does that surprise you? Because there are many. We have how many local governments? 774. So imagine if there are just only 5 roads per local government, multiplied by 774. It's more than the federal roads.
Sure.
So what the local government will do is to let them have their own plan, align with that of the state. Since the state is going to align with that of the federal government, before you know, there will be a complete integration. So you don't need to start a rail system that you know that if the rail cannot enter the federal system or the state system. Okay. So that's just what they can do. The master plan for integrated transport infrastructure is there. All the states need to do is to align with it, and everything will just move
okay.
on.
Nice one. Thank you, Prof. Yeah. Talking about the alignment of this plan,
yes,
among the 3 arms of government, after bringing out this, succeeding in the alignment of the master plan, and then the transportation is seamless. Looking at the Nigeria status and the caliber of people that reside here in Nigeria, a lot of people like investing into good things.
Yes.
And when you talk about investing, I believe transportation is something that should yield a better return on investments. So what can the private sector do, or should I say it this way, what is going to be the benefits of investment, maybe by the private sector investing into transportation, either rail, road, water, or land. What benefits can come out of it?
The benefits are enormous. If you take water transport like coastal shipping, you remember now we have marine and blue economy. If you see the potentials there, from reefer shipping to packaging, stevedoring. Now look at look at NPA that is now a mother, like a landlord. We changed the operational system was changed. Rather than operating, they are now the landlord, while others come to operate the terminals as terminal operators, Nigeria Ports Authority. They are the landlords, while other people come to operate the terminals.
Okay.
That's enormous investment. In stevedoring, in operation, warehousing, logistics. So they are enormous. You can build roads. Ibadan is going to have a second ring road. Alant is a collaboration between the state and the private individuals. So you can build road. The only thing that these private people may not be able to invest in is to build rail tracks. Because very expensive. It's very expensive to do that. Look at Lagos Road. We have people, part of the Lekki Road were built by individuals. They can collect toll. So if you look at rail, but the rolling stock, that is the coaches itself, could be privately owned, while the infrastructure, the one on the rail track, can be owned by government. So we know that running transport business in Nigeria is very difficult because of the kind of people that we are. Investing in transport is very lucrative because transport itself is life. Without transport, nothing moves. I'm sure, how did people get here?
Through transport.
Through transport. Even there's nobody that does not move. You don't go to hospital, like my former dean will say, every day. But there's no day that you don't use transport. Either you are walking, even if you are crawling, it's transport. Anything you are doing is transport. So transport is life. So we must to invest in something that is so important. The benefits are very high.
Wow, wonderful. Thank you, Prof. We're still on coherent and effective transportation policy in Nigeria and the ecosystem. And we'll be going on a short break now. And when we are back, we'll still be having Prof with us. Don't go nowhere.
Welcome on board the newly retrofitted light ferry, where innovation meets comfort on water. As you step onto our state-of-the-art vessel, you'll notice the modern design and enhanced facilities that prioritize your safety and enjoyment. Our retrofitting process has not only upgraded the aesthetics, but also improved the performances of the boat, ensuring a smoother and faster journey across the beautiful Lagos waterways. Feel free to explore the spacious sitting areas equipped with comfortable amenities such as life jackets for all passengers, a first aid box, fire extinguisher, all for a relaxing ride. Our knowledgeable crew is here to assist you, making your journey as enjoyable as possible. Join us as we set sail towards a more efficient and eco-friendly future, embracing technology while celebrating the vibrant culture of Lagos. Thank you for choosing Light Ferry, where every ride is a memorable adventure.
Akété ilé ọgbọ́n, Èkó akété ilé ọgbọ́n, arọ́mọdé dẹ́kọ̀ máma já o, Èkó arọ́mísà lẹ́gbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́.
Welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is Lagos Transportation Agenda, LTA. And with me is our wonderful Prof, has been giving us a little enlightenment on the issue of transportation. So, and with me is the Dean of the School of Transportation and Logistics, in person of Professor Asenime Charles.
Thank you.
Thank you for staying with us. And still on this coherent and effectiveness of transportation in the ecosystem and in the country at large. I would like to ask, what is the role the government is playing on having a seamless means of transportation in Nigeria?
Thank you very much. Because if you look at Nigerian transport system and the way it is all over the world too, more than 90% is privately driven. Take Lagos for example. We have the yellow buses. Even the BRT buses you see are owned by companies. They're just they're franchised under Lamata. So Lamata regulates it, but they are owned by companies. So if government wants a seamless kind of transportation to government, first of all, should be able to expand the combined carrying capacity of infrastructure we have by expanding it. Like we have the road network.
Okay.
If it is what the network can shrink or the capacity can shrink if the roads are bad. Fix the roads, fix the waterways, expand the rail capacity. Like we have in some areas, we see that we're using the narrow gauge. Over time, with what railway is now, over time, they will be on a standard gauge. We fix them.
I would like to ask, like, this is an institution, a school of transport and logistics. And I need to know what impact are those students that have passed through this institution.
Let me, okay, you want to know the first impact? Dr. Kayode Okpefa got his PhD from this place.
Wow.
So if you're talking about impact, that is an impact.
Fantastic.
Are you getting that? He got his PhD from me, and we are very proud of him. It's not the reason why I was saying it. If you hear him talk, you will know what I'm talking about. He's a product of this place. And we have so many of them like that across.
Wow.
Doing great things. So if we talk about impact, yes, we have made a great impact, because what we are trying to do, like I said, is to change the narrative. Let those who work. Transport is a very sensitive place, but people don't know. They just, when this place was newly established, somebody came to me that he want to sell a textbook. What is the textbook? He said, the good driver. Why are you selling it here? He say, is it not a driving school? So if the government will spend, they have a LASU, that is a driving school now. Yes, transport. He said, what do we do? I said, follow me. When I showed him some books, he said he didn't know that transport was that because he was just a driver. So it goes beyond driving. The act of transportation is big. There are so many components inside. A road you want to do a road. You have to do study. Who are the people that will take the road? Where is the road going to come? What is the freight that will pass there? What are the characteristics of traffic? We study those things. Based on that data, we will give to government. They will now do a design that will accommodate those things. We have done a lot of, in this Lagos State, we have been involved in more than 36 studies. Of what Lagos doing. What I mean is not small ones, big studies. Yes.
Finally, I would like you to give a piece of advice, maybe to the general public or the government, the state, and even the individuals on what step can be taken when it comes to the issue of maybe transportation. And as we have it too, a lot of upcoming youth don't even know the school of transportation exists. So something just like somebody was having a misconception, like comparing LASU with SOTAL. So what advice do you have for the general public in that aspect, in that regard?
All right. Thank you very much. The School of Transport has come to stay.
Okay.
It was established by the government in 2008. If you look at the Lagos State team's agenda, transport and transport management is number one. That shows you the importance of transportation. Then people don't know that if you graduate from here, there are jobs everywhere. You can work in Lamata, you can work in LASMA, you can work in NIWA, FRSC, VIS, FAN, NACO, the MASA, just name it. We have more than 40, 50 organizations you can work. I mean, professionally. Then what we also tell people, you want to do, you are into transport business, bring your people for training. We have short training programs, certificate programs that you can run for 3 weeks, just weekends alone. Bring your people for, you're into logistics, bring them for training. Mark you, our enrollment has tripled. Unlike before, when we used to just be about 40, 50 in class for undergraduate one class, now you can have up to hundreds of them in one class. So that we do virtual classes, and we have the capacity to take more in this place. Our enrollment too for the master's program has increased. If you want, then we put them in professional association like COTAL, that the Chartered Institute of Transport Administration of Nigeria. We put them in CILT, Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport. Then the Nigerian Institute of Shipping. Okay. So you can become a professional, core professional in your area. You read physics. There are many things you can do here in telematics. You read surveying. You can do GIS and telematics. So there are a lot of, we cut across. There is no industry right now that transport does not have effect on. Is it just any industry? So they can always come, especially, and there's no big organization that does not have a transport unit. That's where we become we have become indispensable in this country. So if you want to progress as a company, send your people. You have a fleet of trucks. People like Dangote, send your people down here. Just 3 weeks training. There will be a difference. We train road transport. The people you call the so-called Agbero. You'll be amazed how many graduates are in that organization. We train them here. We have discussions with them. RITIAN, NERTW. We talk to them. We interface with them. Then we are in collaboration with some many international organizations, the Kuhn Foundation, Volvo Research and Educational Foundation. We're in collaboration with them. With LASMA, they are doing 25 years. They came to ask us questions in School of Transport as consultants. We are with OITMA, we're in Interlink in the UK. So we have collaborations everywhere, whereby we are the new set of the year one students now. Okay. About 50 of them will be sponsored to Germany by the Kuhn Foundation. Year one students. Year one, because they are doing logistics. Okay. So that's a collaboration we have. Once the whole thing is cleared, and again, why we're able to fly this side, because the state government understands what transport is all about. And we have a vice chancellor too, who supports us, because she knows that whatever we are doing is for the good of the state. So these children, the students are going to travel, not just to travel because they want to go and see Germany. They are going there for a cause. Just to put one thing clear, there was a time to the master's program, master in supply chain and logistics. They are going to sponsor 3 of our staff. Each of the scholarship is 120 million. That shows you how important it is for transportation. So transport is the way to go. Come and get trained and become indispensable in future.
Wow. Thank you very much, Prof. Thank you for staying with us on the show, and we hope to have you some other time. And that is the show for today on Lagos Transportation Agenda. And don't forget to join us next week, where we'll be bringing you another episode of this show. And my name is Emmanuel Aronsiola. Bye-bye.